when your flock looks, it's like you want to be available to be called on the dance floor. I'll dance with you. But I'm just laughing, and it's okay. She's like, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to watch to see what's going on. But I love the fact that as one or two people came, other people joined the flock and got part of the change. So I like to show, I'm not going to show this video, but I use this. So in 2009-ish, there's this music festival in Canada. Mark's like, yeah, I was there. So you may have seen this. This is about leadership and following, but there's this guy. He's totally into it. I will dance like nobody's watching. I will be walking down Lowe's, and if I hear a really cool song come on, like Stevie Wonder, a little bit of Motown, man, Aretha, I will get down and say R-E-S-P-E-C-T. And people are like, Tina Marie, what's wrong with you? So this gentleman was on this hill. That's an incline. It's like, let's just call it Pine Knob. I still call it Pine Knob, even though it's DT, music theater. He's dancing by himself. He's dancing like nobody's watching because he's cool with it. He's authentic. He's a peacock. And then you have the people watching from the sidelines. Like Jay's like, I've seen that. That's me. Everybody say hi, Jay. He's like, is that guy drunk? So people start going, and it takes just one person that has the courage to share an idea. That organization is inclusive enough to say, we recognize your ideas as good. Let's listen. So one person, right, started dancing. Some of you were not quite ready to go to the dance, but at least you're like, okay, Tina Marie, it's all good. But back row people are like, hey, we're real good, Tina Marie. It's all good. But one person starts the movement. And if you ever watch this video, towards the end, there's like 40, 50 people. And they're getting down, and they're enjoying themselves. We need to embrace inclusion of thought, inclusion and perspective of ideas as we look at our hiring process, and we look at what makes our organization so amazingly good from a culture perspective, and say we want people that are willing to step out and share those ideas and see what happens. At the end of the day, if nobody danced with this guy, I don't hate Leanna. I'm like, Leanna, you didn't dance with me. I'm going to hold judgment against you. No, it's cool. When the right song comes on, if mine's still in our last, it was Katrina and the Waves, by the way, because I'm hoping it's going to be sunny today. But maybe the right song and the right opportunity, and she's comfortable. See, you know what? I'm cool. I'm going to come in. I'm going to dance with those peacocks. See what happens. Great leadership lessons, but as we think about change and inclusion and diversity of thought, think about this lonely guy in Canada in 2009 on the hill, and Susan and her amazing bringing, that's how we roll, the good music, because we didn't care, I was dancing like nobody watching.
Try restarting. Control.
If I talk really nice to it, I recently, the last class I taught here a couple weeks ago was in this classroom. I didn't break it then. All right. This is how we roll. Okay, Jeopardy music. We were on this slide. Okay, so slideshow from current slide. Oh yeah, by the way, good maybe, Mr. Wahlberg. So here's what happens. So that peacock will only go and be willing to be themselves and share those ideas for so long. Sometimes it takes a peacock leaving for the organization to take a step back and say, wow, Gordon, HR Avenger rock star. Wow, now we miss him. We see what the good he did. We appreciate his value, but now Gordon's gone. Sometimes organizations never will. Blockbuster, Charlotte Russe, Toys R Us, Payless Shoe Source, man, that one hurt too. Kmart, yes, my friends at Sears. Who's been to Bennigan's? Monte Cristo, woo, love it. Good luck finding a Bennigan's. I think there's one left. Yeah, one or two Mountain Jacks, another friend favorite of mine. They're gone. They let the peacocks go. They weren't agile. Agility is such an important aspect as we look at diversity and inclusion of thought. Because ideas and innovation allow you as an organization to be agile, which means as the Netflix was coming up, now Disney's launching their own, which It's going to be like $70 for the first year, and they're going to have all the Marvel and Star Wars content. Again, I'm an HR Master Jedi, so I will probably be buying it, but who would have thought that they'd have like all these competing streaming services? Who's cut the cord? Who just watches TV from their cell phone? So sometimes you gotta let the peacock fly, because there's always a better flock out there to allow the peacock to be themselves, and they're gonna take those ideas to your competition or an organization that embraces who they are and say, you know what? I have this idea. And they're like, hey, Brenda, we'd love to hear it. I want to do Facebook Live. I'm going to bring pie to my sessions. Yeah, cheesecake. Cheesecake. This is what happens. There's this fallacy that cats and dogs hate each other. There's this fallacy that penguins hate peacocks. They don't. Nobody hates anybody. There's just this fear that the peacocks want the penguins to be peacocks, and pigeons won't have anywhere else to poop. This is when true collaboration happens. You can have constructive dialogue, which means you can agree to disagree at the end. I'm going to appreciate your idea, and have you thought about it this way? And it's not me attacking the way Marcy's always done it. It's just me asking a curiosity question, right? Agility, curious. Curious is good. It fosters change and innovation. As you see, all of, that is not a poker game, by the way, but all of our animals are hanging out having a good time. There's a little peacock in all of us, friends. We live in the world of HR. Policies, compliance. I'm a penguin. I am a penguin, but I got a little bit of peacock in all of us. And if we recognize that, we recognize the fact that a different is not deficient. Difference is good. My son says, Mom, look at different makes us better. We love the fact everybody brings different experiences. And I'm like, this is coming out of a fourth grader. Fourth grader, stop checking the box, friends. Because ideation is really cool when you allow it to organically happen in your organization. Starbucks was some idea somebody had in Seattle. Let's talk about, Steve Jobs, Apple. Who would have thought that we'd be getting, I don't know, stuff delivered by a drone? Electric cars, Rivian in the West Side, like big autonomous vehicle search. Who would have thought? That came up because somebody had an idea and an organization says, you know what, well, thanks for sharing that. We appreciate the fact that you help our culture be better and come with these ideas, and we're not going to penalize you because you had a crazy idea and shared it and label you a peacock. All right, so I'd like to end. I talk about Brent. Don't tell him I talk about his crusty underwear. Please don't. So I, as a proud parent, coach Science Olympiad. Science Olympiad is a STEM initiative, science, technology, engineering, math. There's competitions that happen. It goes all the way up from 3rd grade to high school. It is a big deal. It's also parent coached. So both my boys do it. Here's my kid. He's like 5'9" in the back, literally. That's Kirk. This is the Richards Middle School Knights Science Olympiad team. 18 of them. Team competitions get very vicious. Like, you thought travel soccer was crazy? It's like, woo! Like, they get, like some of these kids, not maybe some of these, I'm gonna say, yeah, some of these kids are gonna go to MIT. But they get corporate sponsors, they build things, they do things. It's so cool. So this was our team, 3rd year doing it. So it's big in the elementaries in our district, but big deal. Richards has a team, got sponsored by some grants from Steelcase, actually. So we're at this competition with Cranbrook, with International Academy. These are the elitists of the elite. And we don't field an entire team. So what's cool about this is the teacher says, the head coach teacher says, hey, I want you to be interested in science, just pick an event you like. Like, we don't have to field an entire team, which team competition can go to nationals. Just do something because you love it. See if you like science. Yay, science. So I'm coaching. These kids are amazing. And we're sitting at this invitational, and 7th and 8th graders, and they start gathering in a circle. We have to kill time because it takes them like 4 hours to tally these scores, and we're like, oh, please. So they're killing time, and they're all in a circle. And there's 42 schools there. in this gym. And they start doing this team building game. I have no idea, but somebody said they found it on YouTube, so it must be legit. But they're doing this game and they're passing these, it's like hand gestures and like you have to say something like, okay, here's a brush, and you're gonna say I have a necklace, and you pass it along. It's like the telephone game, a little crazy. So our kids, being what they are, they start inviting kids from other schools. Like, hey, come play with us. We're like, it's a competition. No, come on. And it became this huge group of like 40-some kids playing, not because they're different. They wore different shirts. What? They were saying, come on, be a part of our community. It was so amazing. So this happened again. I'm like, this is a fluke. They're killing time. So we go to the regional tournament, which is pretty freaking amazing. And they do it again. Except there's more kids there. And we're at Macomb Community College, and there's this gym full of probably 500, 600 kids. And they're doing it. And the tournament organizers recognized them, and they said, wow, like these kids are pretty cool. It's on video. They're doing it. They won a Spirit Award. So I was asking my son, like, what's up with that? They're like, this is what we do, Mom. We're all part of the community. Just come on in. They look different. Doesn't matter. They're cool. This person has some really cool ideas on how to make our circle better, but this circle just morphed and morphed and morphed. My challenge to all of you today, we need to save the peacock because we need more. Again, the youth of today get it. And it's not because I told my son, hey, peacocks are endangered species. We need to save them. You need to be more inclusive. They think differently than we did growing up. They're like, hey, different makes our experiences better. We need to be more like these kids. It was so cool when they won the Spirit Award. And by the way, I just have to brag a little bit. My teams did place first. Weather, go figure. If you need to know what's going on, I'm the next Jim Cantori. But what I learned from these kids was so amazing about inclusion. Because for them is, they said, they think differently than us, they're going to bring difference is good. Come on in, join our circle. And they won this award amongst, I don't know, there were 16, plus there were like 47 teams. They were recognized for doing just that, sportsmanship or being inclusive. Because peacocks are kind of a big deal. Remember, there's little peacocks in all of us. Embrace your inner peacock. It starts with the dance of one. Don't be afraid to dance like nobody's watching. If we start looking at, well, Sandy doesn't have 20 years manufacturing experience, but Sandy has all these transferable skills that will make our culture better. Let's embrace Sandy and bring her in the flock. Let's not chase her away like Godzilla and the fear of wrath upon all of us. Because we are better together. And thank you for choosing to hang out with me in room 204 today at the Walsh Summit. Oh, I have 5 more minutes? Well, I have questions, or we're going to do another dance if I can get to it. We'll see if I break it again. I do have some party music for all of you. Because we should not stop believing. Because there was a kid born in South Detroit. Right? Sandy was born in Dallas, Fort Worth. So this is a karaoke session. Right? Right? VIP front row, thank you. This is not a karaoke session. Okay. All right. Thank you for the I was trying to skip to the right part. But anyway, thanks a lot. We hope you're enjoying today's conference. This is our 10th. It could not happen without some amazing people like Brenda, who donates their time, and all of you for choosing to spend your day with us. So I thank you, my fellow collaborative peacocks.